Yo, 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 yo. All right, you guys. This is actually my second time recording this. I was in the sun and my phone overheated, so I'm in the shade still outside because I like it outside. So, take those two. All right. So, today is July 10th. Normally, I post a video on July 11th because I started this freeform dreadlock journey, Natty journey on August 11th. Once again, I say this all the time, but I always have to remind people because this might not be your first time seeing my journey on this freeform, but it might be someone else's. So, with that being said, I'm going to continue where I was at, which is I normally record on the 11th and try to post on the 11th or somewhere as close to the 11th because I started on August 11th. So next month, August 11th, will be my beginning full year journey in this freeform journey. And, I just like to record on the 11th every time. That being said, today is the 10th. Tomorrow's the 11th. Today is Sunday, and I wash my hair on Sundays. And if I can, I rather record when my hair is clean so you can see what it looks like. I have recorded on the nappy days, the matted days, and such, but today's Sunday, my clean day. Now, my last recording was updated. It didn't fall on June 11th. It fell a couple weeks later because I was actually in Hawaii during June 11th. So my last video was updated about 2 weeks ago, and you could get a good comparison of what happened within these past 2 weeks versus a month. This will be the first time and hopefully the only time you have to go through that, excuse me, neck tight. But yeah, you'll see some changes already in my hair. Now, as I was talking on the previous one from 2 weeks ago, I was in Hawaii. My hair was very wet. Some things with my baby locks, some of them came apart and some of them actually locked. I shared the pros and cons. If you'd like to hear about that, go back and look at that video. I think that would be a good thing to do. Now, since then, my hair has been coming back together and it's greater than ever. It's getting longer. I have more hair locking in, and I really appreciate this journey. All right. So, that being said, I been, waiting to get my hair completely back to normal. It is. But I'm really enjoying the length. I'm really enjoying some of my coils because I have curly hair. And in this process, since August 11 last year, I came from a taper fade to what you see now. I always put curly hair in there because I know I'm a 4 something. I don't know if I'm a 4A, B, or C. I don't know which direction it gets tighter. Like if A is looser and if C is a tighter, more nappier hair than mine. I don't know, or vice versa. So I really don't understand that part. But you could tell me if you know. With that being said, I started from the fade to a taper, and I'm here now. And people with curly hair, it's harder and takes longer for your hair to lock. My hair is thinner. What I mean by that is the density of my hair. I don't have as many hair follicles, so it's thinner just with the density. I don't have a real thick head of hair. You know what I mean? So because of that, my hair doesn't lock up. People trying to get more of a little Jean-Michel Basquiat look. He had a thick set of hair. I'm not going to get that look. That's not my reality. The beautiful thing about freeforming, we all get our own style and lock. And with that being said, planes flying over. With that being said, we all have our own locks, our own styles, and everything, and it's like a fingerprint. It's all unique to you. So embrace yours. Don't try to go looking like John Michelle Basquiat, because you're not going to get that anyway. Those were his dreads. So embrace the growth, embrace the journey that you're on. That's something that I realized and accepted a long time ago. Previously, I had already mentioned that my hair has started locking. Let me see if I could, I'm gonna do a few things, see if I could let you guys see a few of these locks. I only know where one specifically is. I might step out in the sun real quick just to get you guys, help you guys see a little bit better some of my hair. All right, let me get back under this and out of that direct sun before my phone goes into an emergency lockdown again. So anyhow, you know, my hair has been locking a lot since I came home from Hawaii, getting longer. But those baby locks since I've been home, I'm getting more and more. Last time I did a video, I think I had like 2, possibly 3. I'm more like now that I would consider locking, or at least being a baby dread. I would say is more like 5, 6 now. Got to be patient. It's not going to be like drastic, like 10 or nothing like that. So that's just been my experience. So just be real patient with it. Now, tomorrow, part of the reason why I like to record on Sundays when I wash my hair, you get to see it where it's at, exactly how it is. You can sort of see the length. You can see some of the shrinkage and things like that. People are cleaning their cars and everything. So I'm going to come inside of my house. I'm going to my office. You're going to see, get to a quieter place. But yeah, just washing your hair and so forth, you get to see that. And you know, you get to see the actual length and what my hair looks like. On the daily. Well, not on the daily. So that's my point. But right now it's exactly how it looks right after shower. And during the week, guess what? I get bedhead. And since I get bedhead, my hair gets real flat, things like that. One of the things that I do for bedhead is I like to, I created my own aloe spray. Within that aloe spray, I have a little less than 3/4 of a 4-ounce bottle. Get a 4-ounce bottle, and about somewhere between half of the bottle and 3/4 of the bottle, I put aloe vera in there. And that changes. I did that because I was in Hawaii and I was trying to get as much moisture back in my hair because I was in the sea. I was in a lot of saltwater pools, those nutrients out of here, and I was trying to get my hair restored. So on a normal basis, if you're not in that, and I live in Denver, Colorado, if you're not in the winter, you don't need to do 3/4 or anything like that. You could probably go, and it also depends on your type of hair, but for my hair, half aloe vera, and the remaining, well, not the remaining, once I get the aloe vera in, I'll put in about 7 drops of tea tree oil. I'll put in 15 drops of rosemary oil, and 7 drops of lavender. It's a nice fragrance, smells very good. I always get good compliments about it. But the cool thing about it is the rosemary oil helps stimulate your growth throughout the week. And the spray itself takes you from having a bed head. And I'm not going to get back to looking like this. You know what I mean? Excuse all the shoe boxes and everything. You know, I'm not going to get back to this after Sunday. However, it helps with the bed head, this lavender spray. Sorry about that. But yeah, you know, so I like to use that during the week. Also throughout the week, this is sort of like my maintenance schedule. Also throughout the week, I like to, 15 minutes, you know, getting rid of the bed head. I also like to use it 15 minutes before I get in the shower. once I spray that in my head 15 minutes before I get in the shower, I like to massage my scalp. That assists with breaking up any dead skin cells, the sebum that your hair naturally creates, the oils and so forth like that, and any other things that may be in there. Loosens it up before it, and also it stimulates your hair growth. This massaging throughout the week helps stimulate your hair growth. It's a great thing. Of course, it helps produce oxygen in your blood, and it also brings the blood to the scalp. So it's a beautiful thing. And if there's blood in the scalp, it's feeding those hair follicles. I like to use either one finger at a time or just a couple fingers at a time. And if it's really, really itchy, I never use my nail. I put my finger flat against the skin, and I'll go in a circular motion and rub, but not hard. And believe it or not, it works. Once that happens, whenever you're itching or you have itchy skin or something like that, it's usually because of skin cells, possibly dirt, other things that are irritating your skin, and that helps loosen it up. So that's why I try to rinse my hair out almost every day, to be honest with you. So I like to rinse my hair out with cold water. After that, letting that aloe spray stay in my hair. After that, of course I took my shower, but I finished my shower with rinsing it out. That's the final step, you know what I mean? And I use cold water. The water right before the water pressure drops down, you know what I mean? Before it turns off and before it actually drops, So that's the perfect thing. Someone asked me last time, I posted a video about 2 weeks ago, do I condition your hair? If you're new to this journey, no, never use conditioners in your hair. That's what the aloe vera lotion is. It leaves your hair feeling without any of that build up feeling. It's not oily, even though you are using natural oils in your hair. Those oils, your hair is absorbing that, and you want to use things that help your hair stay healthy. You want your hair follicles to stay healthy. You don't want to use so much that it clogs up your pores. And that's a part of the reason why I like to rinse every day. I can't wash my hair every day. Some people do, believe it or not, in their journey, but I'm a once a weeker, and I like to break it up. I like to let my hair naturally get its oils and do the natural process. We're not going to clean out, make it to where your skin doesn't protect itself naturally. Everything is to be as natural as possible, and you want to also minimize how often you touch it. You know what I mean? So, that's one of those things that I will have an exception for, to stimulate my hair and to break up the skin cells, and then rinse it throughout the week. So the cleaner your hair when you're locking and you're starting off, the better. If you're adding conditioner to your hair, whether you get it all the way out or not, it has this thing where it loosens up, it adds oils, unnecessary things that doesn't allow your hair to combine. It doesn't lock in. It's just another pathway that keeps you in the process way longer than you should, and it just creates so much buildup and other things like that. So you don't want to do that. Sunday comes. I'm on a Sunday week plan just because where my at the length of my hair where I'm at now. But when I first got started, I did it probably like every 3 days. I did it every 3 days. Had a wash day every 3 days. You know what I mean? Because contrary to what people believe, no, your hair needs to be clean, and it works better when your hair is clean. Your hair locks a lot easier when it's clean, when there's not all these oils, dirts, and nasty stuff that does it. You don't. It's not like, I think people think that your hair has to be nasty, like some type of paste where it gets real pasty, like some glue or something. That's not what it's about. Your hair needs to be entwined and clean. It clings onto each other. It has these little, if you look at your hair under a microscope, it has like these little spiky ridges on there. And when it's clean, those ridges and everything, they start to lock and tangle together. And when you use the cold water, it takes your hair from a relaxed state with warm water to a tight state, which means it's hanging on tighter, and those ridges are hanging on tighter to each other. But you gotta keep your hair clean, so do not put conditioner in your hair. I strongly suggest that. You know what I mean? There's other things that you could put in your hair that will not create buildup, and they're usually natural things. If you're shampooing your hair, avoid sulfates. try to use natural shampoos. One of the that's going to back to Sunday, my clean day, the natural shampoos. That brings me to, I use African black soap, and real African black soap, not the stuff you can find at Target, at Target, or anything like that. I should have pulled it out for you guys. You know, I might walk to my bathroom and discuss some of these things and show you what I have underneath my cabinet and some of the things that I use. And I either use the African black soap, and then there's this company called Free the Roots. I use their soap bars as well, plus their ACV rinse spray. I don't use their mist spray because I had created my own that I already talked about that I use to maintain my hair throughout the week. There's some things you could do on your own, and if you don't know how to do it, YouTube. That's where you're finding me at. You can find some things out there. Now, another thing I do, actually, I'm gonna come back to Sunday. No, I'm gonna stay on Sunday, never mind. You know, also on Sunday, I like to get fresh rosemary leaves, figs. I'm not growing it. It's summertime, I'm not growing it in my yard or stuff. But you can find it at a natural grocery store, things like that. Or you can find it in those multi-packs that you can see at a Safeway or Kroger's, King Soopers, or what have you. But I prefer to go to Whole Foods or something because there's this more specific, fresher, and everything else. The difference that I have between those, the King Soopers, Kroger's version is I get, when you boil it for about 20 minutes on a medium low, like it's like a steeper where it's barely bubbling. You bring it to a boil, and then where it's barely bubbling for like 20 minutes. It should get like a real dark brown reddish color. And I wasn't getting that result with the stuff from the King Soopers, Kroger's, but the stuff that I got, like from here in Colorado, we have this store called the Natural Grocers, or things from Whole Foods. Theirs were a lot better, and I got those results. Now, why did I make this rosemary oil, rosemary water? Rosemary, once again, stimulates your hair growth. It's the closest thing you could get to that they use in Rogaine and things like that, to keep your hair strong. But whether you're receding or not, it's a good thing to have, and you know, helps stimulate hair growth. Your hair locks better the longer it is. That's why most people who do their journeys and their journals on YouTube, they usually have longer hair. So I thought it was important for people to see someone coming from a taper to where I'm at now. But the rosemary oil helps your hair grow, helps stimulate that, along with the massaging and other maintenance, diets, and other things. There's a lot of things that go into this. But anyhow, I like to boil that, get it to where it's red, and put it over in the refrigerator overnight. And actually, I have some silicone ice cubes, ice trays. I pour some in, fill up those ice trays, fill up the ice tray with it, and whatever's remaining, I put in a jar and put it in the refrigerator and let it cool off. Of course, you want to remove and strain and drain all of the particles from the leaves. Remove the leaves, the actual figs, rosemary figs, and store it. Its shelf life is very short. Rosemary water shelf life is good for 5, I would say. You could probably get 7 days or a week and a half, but I wouldn't really trust it because it has all types of microscopic type of germs, you know, that are forming in there as it sort of fermentates or does whatever it does, and that's not good for your hair. You can't see it. It's not like you're going to have mold sitting on the top or anything that you can visualize, oh, this went bad, right? Just know that is there. So you want to use it within 5 days. Now, some people throughout their maintenance during the week, they would use rosemary water in a spray bottle and spray it in their hair and stuff, and leave it as a leave-in conditioner. And that's fine. But you have 5 days at most. So if my wash day is on a Sunday, if I started that on a Thursday, I'll be okay because I know that it's not going to spoil and go bad. The rosemary water is not going to spoil and go bad. So I did that this week. And I just used it for the last few days of the week, spraying it in there. And today was my last day of the batch that was in the refrigerator. Now, why did I put it in the ice cube trays? If you put it in the ice cube trays, it doesn't spoil. So I could break down and take one specific ice cube itself, and the night before my wash days are Sundays, and let it just melt on its own in the refrigerator. All these things you want to keep refrigerated, including that aloe spray that I create. You want to keep that in your refrigerator. It's just, it feels good on your head, and it just makes it last. You know, heat does a lot of bad things to moist products, things that's wet. But anyhow, I break out those ice cubes, and I will repeat that. So that ice tray that I have, it's going to give me about 8 weeks instead of 5 days of usage, and that's 8 weeks, 8 Sundays. You know what I mean? So bringing it back into Sunday, my wash day, I do the 15 minutes before of my aloe vera spray with the rosemary oils. I still massage, break up on my hair, hop in the shower, rinse that out with cold water before I do anything. Rinse it out, ice cold water before the water pressure drops down. Then I bring the temperature back up. Then I'll start washing my hair with either the African black soap or the Free the Roots. The warm water helps it lather up very well. You want it to be real bubbly and sudsy. It's perfect. Massage your hair freely. Just massage it with either a finger individually. I'm patient. I just take my time in there. I'll do 2 fingers and all that stuff. And once I'm done massaging and breaking up those oils even further, now with some shampoo, a soap bar, it's really going to break up all the sebum, dead skin cells and oils, what have you. And then I put the soap bar, the African soap or the Free the Roots soap under the water, get it real sudsy, and then I just go in a circular motion. I don't manipulate my hair or anything like that. I'll go like this, but it's in a circular motion, and I like to go clockwise. Some people go counterclockwise. That's totally up to you. Now, once you're done doing that, and your hair's real sudsy and soapy, rinse it out with warm water. Don't touch your hair. Just rinse it out with warm water. I don't even like to shake my hair. Just rinse it out with warm water. Once your water is running clear and you can see all the soap is out, immediately turn it down to right when the pressure is about to drop, but not drop cold. You know what I mean? And let your hair tighten up again, because like I said, the warm water is letting it loose. That's letting all the soap fall out because it's loose, it's warm, it's able to breathe. But then you put the cold water, lock it in. You know what I mean? Once that's done, within the past month, I've been using Free the Roots. They have an ACV rinse. I use that ACV rinse, let it sit in my hair for about 10 minutes. You know what I mean? I turn off the water completely. There's no need to just sit in the water wasting water. And I listen to about, I don't have a watch in my or a clock in my shower, but I listen to music when I'm in there. You know what I mean? Usually 2 to 3 songs played. That's about enough time for me. And then I rinse it out. You know what I mean? Beautiful. You know what I mean? Once that's done, if it's a Sunday where I haven't been already throughout the week been pre-treating my hair or using a leave-in conditioner of that rosemary water that I was talking about earlier, if I didn't do it in that week, then I'll put the rosemary water in after the apple cider. You could do it either way, but I've been doing it after, and let that sit in my hair, bring some nutrients back into my hair, because that ACV, cleans out everything. So I just put that right back in my hair, and I let that sit for about 5 minutes without the water. You know what I mean? After I wash the ACV rinse out, of course, like I said. So let that sit in for 5 minutes. This time it's not a leave-in conditioner, because I can't wait 7 days to rinse that out. Like I said, it goes bad, right? So I gotta wash it out about 5 minutes later. Rinse it out, get it out of my hair. Once again, I'm not manipulating, touching my hair, doing none of that stuff. Just rinsing it, not touching it, not shaking it. Get the rosemary water out. Once that's done, I let my hair dry. When it's still damp, then I'll take that same aloe spray that I use to maintenance my hair all throughout the week and spray real close to get it to the scalp. Get it right against the scalp, squirt, 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 squirt. And then once I can feel it dripping down and getting through there, I'm not touching my hair again, just like I did with the rinses. Once I did that, once I covered my hair well enough to where I feel it's well enough, then I go ahead and pull it away from my scalp. Instead of being so close, I pull it away and just sort of do a sheen just to let it fall on the longer hairs. And those longer hairs will absorb that as it dries. And this is what you see. Man, that was a lot of information. So, it's a pretty long video, but I'm gonna walk to my bathroom and I'm gonna show you some of the things that I use. All right. So African black soap, Ashanti Naturals, African black soap. This is real black soap. If you guys' grandparents ever like had or parents used to have fruitcake during the real fruitcake during the Christmas years, you know, the holidays, it almost looks like that, like a brown. I have some where I sort of, and I slice it like a cake, like it's an actual fruit cake, right? I slice it up. I put it in this sandwich bag to keep it fresh from breaking up. But when you slice it, I don't know if you can see this. This is what it looks like. It's not black. It's more like brown, literally. It looks like almost like a piece of that fruitcake, just minus the green cherries and the cherries and all that stuff that you can see mixed in from the batter, you know what I mean? So anyhow, that's what that looks like. I also, whenever I get something from Free to Roots, I get their soap bars and I like to slice them instead of using a whole bar. I slice them and then it lasts longer and I use what's necessary. Okay, when I'm in my shower, what's left, I always like to store what's remaining in my shower. Now, since I've started my journey, I also have a new shower head and filter, but that's something you could do later on. My shower head and filter has over 20 different filter settings in it. Has vitamin E and C in there, which is good for your hair, restore some of that. And I believe the company that made this one is Aqua Home Group, just so you can know. But I installed that into my shower. That's one of the things. My rosemary water that I create after it's in an ice cube, after I melted the ice cube, I pour it into my own spray bottle, you know, and spray it, you know what I mean? So, you know, you're gonna have to get a few things to maintenance it, but that's what I do throughout the week and maintenance my day, you know? So, yeah, that's what it is. So, I just want to say thank you guys for tuning in. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a little round about, hopefully you can see it. I don't know what you're able to see. I might put some still shots in the video at the end of this. But until then, man, I appreciate you guys tuning in to me. I'm going by Not So Anonymous. Not So Anonymous means more than one thing. You know, there's a reason why I go by that name. Part of a 12-step program. But I'm not so anonymous in this area. So anyhow, man, I just want to say thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate anything. If you have any questions, please write me up. I was so happy I got a question from somebody. It's about the conditioner. Man, no question stupid. Just ask me, man. When I'm willing to be of service and help walk anybody through this process. So appreciate it. Once again, 2 Stokes, and I'm out.